Today I'm here with Blake Quinn of SOOH Media. Blake, tell me all about what you got going on.
So we are building a network of place-based interactive photo kiosks that are permanently installed across major sporting arenas, malls, movie theaters, concert venues, airports, any place there's high volumes of traffic where we can engage people and help brands connect with them.
This is a really interesting looking product. Now, how did you come across something like this?
You know, it started very much not the idea that it is today. It was really a side business that it was very typical of what I think people think of what photo booths are for, rentals for weddings, for one-off events. And it was born out of looking at printers. They're really expensive for the photos. It eats up half your cost. And you know, the thought just came really simply, why not email the photos? People would rather have them digitally anyway. And from there, that's when the big idea hit. We're sending them to their phones immediately. We can engage them on their mobile devices, and the advertising component of it really was out of, we didn't think people were going to pay for them. People didn't want to pay $1, $2, $5. It should be free. The best things in life are free, and then that's when the idea came to integrate advertisers to generate revenue off being able to connect them directly with people. It was really, the first unit was not automated. It was literally myself standing there with an iPad yelling at people, trying to get them to come over to use it. That was key in how we developed the product, though, because we could see what the engagement looked like and the reaction people had. I mean, it was beyond our expectations about how excited people got just simply taking photos. I was, calm down a little bit too excited for this, but that's really where we knew we had something, was once we saw people engaging with it.
Interesting. Tell me about the advertising model that you guys developed for this.
So it's very similar. We're disrupting the digital out-of-home space, the traditional screens you'll see in airports with some news and weather and ads around them, or in a quick-serve restaurant. We have a 32-inch screen up top, so we get the traditional impressions of people seeing an ad when they walk by in the mall, for example, right? But we're also engaging people directly. So we're generating leads based off the email addresses that we're capturing so people receive their photos. We're doing facial analysis on them as they're walking by so we can tie back gender and age to those leads, as well as obviously the geodata because we know where the kiosk is. And then we're doing a lot of fun things on the mobile and social side. People get their photos on their phone. We can run mobile surveys, like or follow us online, download our app. We let the brand engage people as they want, and we get really high completion rates on that because people really do want their photos. We take a really high quality one, and the experience is really fun. It's just a great experience that they resonate with. So on the back end as well, that high quality photo is branded with the brand's logo. People share it online, and we track all of it. So we're offering brands, everyone in the digital out-of-home space is trying to figure out how to integrate social, right? Integrate social into these signs. You'll see a tweet, your image up to this sign. And there's really a lot of advertising today is come engage with my advertising message to the consumer, where what we're trying to offer is consumers, here's something for you first, brands, now you can connect with them on the back end.
This is a really cool looking piece of hardware. Tell me a little bit more about how the software works.
The software, we're very much more a software platform than anything. We have a hardware component in the real world, but the power of what we built is that there's really not an interactive network of devices. Like there's a lot of one-off photo booths, but no one's networked them together. The power of the software allows the brand to come in, buy a campaign in a region or in a specific vertical like malls, for example. They can go in online, see all the kiosks that they bought into on their campaign. They can change all of the brand assets that the consumer's interacting with. Everything from the images that are on the screens, the videos, the branded watermark that goes onto the photos, as well as what the mobile survey questions are. Is it a like or download? Do they want to push a coupon? They can change all of that in real time and manage it themselves, as well as all the data that we capture. You can literally be sitting in the food court of the mall, looking on your cell phone or iPad and see how many photos have been taken, how many people engaged, how many emails we captured, how many likes or comments the photos had that were uploaded to Facebook. And the brands can also then manage and download all that data into their CRM on the lead gen side as well. So very much more a software company because networking is the trick to most brands. There's a lot of one-off, small, really innovative products that brands could advertise on, but a national advertiser needs to hit 10 million, 100 million impressions. The small networks can't offer that. So being able to scale something like this, what's interesting about it versus a typical web business, we don't need to hit 1 million users to find out if this thing's going to scale or not. What scales for 10 booths scales the same for 1,000, 10,000. So that is really the key, is enabling the advertisers a nationwide network that they can interact and engage people.
So when you set this up at an event, let's say like the Diamondbacks game, how many people actually visit this booth?
On average, we're in the thousands per month per booth, and so we're capturing direct engagements, thousands per month on each individual unit. You know, an arena will do 4 or 5 kiosks permanently installed too that are there year round. The idea with an arena, for example, U.S. Airways Arena, there's the Suns, then there's the Mercury, then there's a concert, then there's the Rattlers. So there's a variety of different activities going on in there. But it's interesting, whether it's a large event like a NASCAR race, whether it's a permanently installed kiosk in a mall, a small bar in the major sporting arena, it's almost the same everywhere we go, where we get several thousand uniquely engaged people. But to give you a sample, in 1,500 people engaged on a unit, 1,000 photos were shared, and we had 500,000 impressions of a branded, high-quality photo being shared on Facebook. That's someone's profile picture that they're sharing with their friends and commenting on and liking them. On top of, we're getting the traditional impressions of that top screen, where the 1 million people that walked in that month also saw the impression up top. So,
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
So if, let's say if I'm a local bar down the street, how would I get in touch with you to have this in my bar for a Friday night?
sure. Well, you can find information online on our website, SOOH.com. That's SOOH.com. But reach out to us. You know, we're always looking for venue partners, and you know, we can generate some serious revenue through the third-party advertisements that we could do. But we also work with venues directly if the data and they want to capture and also own the experience entirely themselves. So we can go either route. Just reach out to us directly through the website.
Nice. With technology emerging in Arizona, there's still not quite the venture community here for technology. What's your experience been in trying to raise seed capital?
So let's start, first of all, institutional investors are ones that we haven't really approached yet. We're definitely seed round stage because we're beta, we're really pre-revenue as a company. So it's really the local angels that we've been speaking with. There are local angel groups that are great to access. We won the Thai Angel Rapid Fire Pitch event, and that got us in front of the local angel groups. But it's definitely a tough community. You know, it's not a lot of technology, guys that made their money in technology. It's a lot of real estate people or other industries that they don't have a direct understanding of, and maybe also, you know, I think everybody always tries to relate things to themselves, you know, and when you're talking with someone who's over 50 or 60, retired, successful in their own right, and they understand business, you know, they're the ones that don't really see why someone would take a photo and share it on Facebook. You know, it's tough to communicate the value in what we do unless you're coming from the advertising industry, of which there aren't a lot of people. Now, I will say Arizona is interesting because 2 of the most successful businessmen here are both built billboard companies through you know, American, which is recently bought through Lamar, and through Artie Moreno, their current owner of the Angels, both coming out of the out-of-home advertising space. But aside from those 2 guys, you know, you're really dealing with really niche, specific industries. So, you know, when you're pitching angels, it's very much about you as the entrepreneur and the story and them helping that, and they're really buying into the vision because they're coming in before it's proven, right? And I think it's a completely different motivation for them, and it's a different pitch versus, you know, when you're trying to show growth and revenue and real numbers to VCs and that you're going to have this huge exit down the road. So it's a completely different mentality. It's been great with the investors that bought in, but it's also been a struggle as far as how many people we've had to really get in front of. So
VC aside, how has your experience been actually developing this product within Phoenix?
It's interesting. You know, I think that this is one of those, the hardest part, and it's what I hear from a lot of people in the tech industry, in the tech community out here, it's hard to find the right guys on the software side, the systems, the DevOps, the back-end programmers. I got really lucky. I just happened to be a social person, and you know, there's a coffee shop that I hang out a lot, and I was able to vet a lot of kind of aspiring people coming out of college that wanted to get into something. So I don't think the average person has the wherewithal to take the time to just casually meet a stranger and vet them continually and finding a lot of people. So I got really lucky with my co-founder, who started from day one with myself, Brandon. He's been amazing, and I could see, though, the struggle that a lot of people have trying to find the right technical co-founders. So that's one big challenge, and I think that's what we're all trying to build here in the Valley, is attracting those kind of people. I think Arizona is great. The cost of living is super low. It's new here. This is a great place to launch a business just because the cost of living is so low. And because it's so new, so fresh. You can really get noticed. It'd probably be easier. It's a smaller group, but we just need to attract those kind of people here, and that's with having success and really cool ideas and companies coming out. I think there's definitely a wealth of ideas. It's just connecting the right people together too. So it's also an issue of how do you find these people? I didn't know about any networks, any startup communities, any accelerators, nothing. I just had an idea, and I had this coffee shop that was my home room almost every day where I could meet different people. So now that I've gotten a sense of the industry, we're doing a lot of raising our seed round. We're with Tallwave, a venture accelerator and management company. I had no idea that the community was what it is. So there is something here, but we just need to get it out there so other people can find it, like myself, who just came out of school maybe that have no idea what's out there or how to even access or start, right? The other side has been, because we are a hardware company, very interesting to learn about that side of the business. You know, when we started, we just raised a little $10K from friends and family to build this first kiosk. But where do you start? How do you build something out of metal? You know, if you have no idea, I didn't. And we found a local, fabricator, and I think that's what it's all about, is starting local. There's guys there's someone is doing anything you possibly need, probably locally, most likely. Maybe they're not the partners that are going to, scale with you long term. The guys that we found built metal, they can pretty much build anything. They're not kiosk design experts by any means. And now that we've gone to full production commercial models, we have partnered with a top 3 kiosk manufacturer in the country. But it's just about what stage you're at and having the wherewithal to just grind it out and get it done. We built an entire proof of concept for less than 10K, 2 guys working on it. I think that as long as you have the wherewithal and the gusto to go after it, you can get it done. You just have to find the right people.
So that's it with Blake Quinn of SOOH Media. All of his information is in the description below. If you have any questions or comments for him, leave it in the comments section. But that's it. Blake, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.